Can you all see it now?
Yeah.
Great. So supply chain, please take notes. You all can copy what is there on the screen itself. So supply chain management is nothing more than the management of the flow of goods and services, which includes processes that transform raw materials into a final product. Now, like I said, to give you a better understanding of what it is, if you need to manufacture a mobile phone, if you need to manufacture a shoe, if you want to manufacture a book, the book is the end product, the phone is the end product, the shoe is the end product, correct? That is the final product. But to make that, there are different things that go into it. First of which is needing raw materials like thread, cloth, plastic. In the case of the phones, it is the screens, it is the memory chips, cameras, the motherboard, processors, all these things become raw materials, okay? And these need to be sourced out, either from the country where they are made or from external places, depending on cost, depending on quality, depending on quantity. Any questions so far?
Miss, once more, Miss.
Supply chain management is the management of the entire process which is needed to convert raw materials into a final product. For example, if we are manufacturing a shoe, the shoe is the product, the actual final product. But the components that go into making that shoe would be rubber, plastic, cloth. All these are to be made separately, to be sourced out separately, then processed to make the final product. For example, even if you take the shoelace, it is cloth, thread, and a plastic that is actually going into making the shoelace, correct? But each individual component is a raw material before it the final product. The lace itself will be a final product. In that, you have raw materials like the thread, the cloth, plastic, which come together to make the shoelace. Then the shoelace is one of the raw materials that go into making the shoe. Besides that, you need the small eyelets, you need plastic, you need rubber, because the sole is of a different material, the body of the shoe is of a different material. Then if you're having the inside liners, that is a different material. If there is the airbags, that is a different material. If you've got the Air Jordans or whatever you call them. So different products have got different raw materials. Like I said, in the case of the mobile phone, what are the raw materials? Anybody?
Battery.
Battery.
Display.
Sorry?
Chip.
Chips. Motherboard. Cameras. Mic.
Speakers.
Display.
Exactly. So these are all raw material that goes into the final product, which is a mobile phone. Now, not necessarily that all these products come from the same place, all these raw materials. It's not necessary that it comes from the same place. Why? What is the objective of making a product? First of all, for the end user, it should be cost effective, correct? It should be within their budget. Because the more cost-friendly it is, the more the demand will be. So when you're sourcing out raw materials, what do? Let's take an everyday this, okay? When you go to the supermarket, say supposing you are buying sugar, you've got different brands of sugar, correct?
Yes.
How will you buy? You will look for quality first of all. Which brand has got the best sugar in terms of fineness, in terms of refinery, in terms of taste also. Then you will look at the price. Which one is more economical? If you can afford to buy the best quality, you will go for that. If not, if you've got budget constraints, you will go for a medium quality, or okay, fine. No matter about the quality, no matter about the taste. I have limited amount of money, so I will go for the cheapest one. So when you are producing something like a mobile phone or a watch or a book, you will source out the raw materials that are the best quality at the cheapest price, right?
Yes.
For that, you will have
Yes.
a number of suppliers. You will not go to one person alone. You will check out 3-4 different people, 3-4 different suppliers, and then decide, does he have the required quantity that I need? Does he have the quality that I require? Does he have the price that I require? And again, like for example, if you're taking the case of the mobile phone, you might get the chips from America. You might get the motherboard from Korea. You might get the cameras from States. Different parts are coming in from different parts of the world. And they're all coming into one central location, which is the manufacturing plant where the mobile phone is going to be made. So first you have the procurement of the raw material, then you have the manufacturing unit, the plant, the industry, the factory, whatever it is. Over there now, after the final product is made, again, you have a quality check. Is the camera working? Is the battery faulty? All those sorts of things, correct? Is there a small scratch on the screen? If there is a scratch, it is discarded. So quality check happens there. But remember yesterday we were talking about also production lines, production schedules. Now, say supposing in this plant, it produces an output of say 5,000 phones in a day. And your normal cycle is say about 8 hours a day to produce this 5,000 quantity. Now, say supposing for an event or for an event, say supposing for an event, they require 25,000 in about 2 weeks. Now, if you are a production manager, if you are a plant production supervisor, what will you need to do? You will need to increase your production schedules, correct? Because instead of having 5,000 phones in a day, you now need 25,000 phones in a limited amount of time. So you will probably increase your production schedule where you are having just one schedule, just one production schedule of 7 or 8 hours, you will increase it. So you will make it go round the clock, which means what? Can you have your staff working 24 hours a day?
No.
No. So you will need to increase your staff, or you will need to make do with your existing staff, but put them on a rotation shift. This is what it means, production schedules, managing your production schedules, okay? So in procurement, we are sourcing the materials. So we are looking at the different suppliers, the quality, the quantity, the price. Now we come to the manufacturing part of things. In the manufacturing part of things, you have to look after your production schedules. You have to look after the staff who's there, how many you need, how many rotations do you need. Then you need to look after your quality. You need to look after the number of product. Like if you need 5,000 units, you need 25,000 units, you need 50,000 units. Based on that, you also need to look at your production schedules. Clear so far?
Yeah.
I will come back to this diagram because I've already started explaining. So what all does the supply chain management cover? First, like I said, was raw material procurement. Okay, take down this. Write this down, guys, because you all will need this. What is the scope of supply chain management? Okay, supply chain management covers everything from raw material procurement, production process, inventory management,
Inventory,
sorry,
warehouse,
warehousing,
warehousing,
transportation, order fulfillment, and customer service.
customer and service.
Yes. Are you all understanding, guys? Am I going too fast? Do I need to talk a little slower? Please let me know, okay?
Okay. Okay. Mm.
So everyone's got down the scope of supply chain management. It covers everything from raw material procurement, production process, inventory management, warehousing, transportation, order fulfillment, customer service. Now, what is raw material procurement? For example, a car manufacturer sourcing steel and other materials for production. So anything that needs to go into producing that car, that is called raw materials. Whether it's steel, your plastic for the dashboards, rubber for your tires, all that becomes raw material. What is the production process? Example, an electronics company assembling components to produce smartphones. That is what we would call as a production process. Anyone still taking down notes on this slide? Then we have inventory management. What is an example of an inventory management? A supermarket chain managing stock levels to ensure product availability. We have warehousing. Example, Amazon storing goods in various warehouses before shipping to customers. Transportation, FedEx or DTDC, or what is it? Happy Bees or something like that also is there. Delivery, transporting packages across different regions. Then order fulfillment is e-commerce websites, processing and delivering customer orders. And last, customer service. That is the companies that handle the returning of the goods and providing after-sales support. So these are the different things, the different processes that come under supply chain management. Any questions? Everything clear here?
Yeah.
Anyone still taking down notes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Let me know when you guys are finished so I can move to the next slide. Done? Amal, Ajay, Sinan, correct? I think from next week, you guys are shifting to offline classes, am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you all will be coming here to Bangalore, is it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So from next Monday onwards, you will be offline, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now these are the main players and their roles in a supply chain management. Okay, so suppliers are the guys who will provide you the raw materials needed to create the product. Like, for example, before we were talking about if it's a smartphone, different components will come from different parts of the world, depending on quality, the quantity, as well as the price. Then the manufacturers are the guys who convert the raw materials into the finished product. That is actually putting the product together, factories, production units. Then we have the distributors. Any idea who are the distributors? Who are distributors, guys? People like wholesalers who will buy bulk product. Basically, buying bulk product and then giving them to the smaller outlets, to the retail stores. Retail stores are the guys who stock up the product. Target, Walmart, Amazon, Lulu. Or if it is a brand, their own individual stores, Nike, Puma, Adidas. And then finally, we have the customers who actually buy the product. Okay, so the main players, the suppliers, are the ones who would be providing the raw material. Cost, quantity, quality is where they will be selected. Manufacturers is the production plant or the factory where the final product is actually made. Okay. The distributors, who are the distributors? Ajay, who are the distributors?
Retailers.
Sorry?
Ma'am.
Who are the distributors?
Retailers.
No. Retailers are the guys who will stock up the product. Distributors are somebody like agents, wholesalers, who will buy the product in bulk and then distribute it. You can, distributors can also be somebody like Amazon, but it will be more of an e-commerce platform. But other than that, you also have offline, where you will have guys picking up the bulk of the product for further distribution. Retailers are the actual shops that stock this up, stock them. Like, for example, Lulu Mall, for example, Best Buys, for example, Flipkart. They are the retailers. But Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, who else? These guys also double up as distributors. A distributor ideally would have their own warehouse. They would have their own warehouse, their own transportation franchise. They would have their own inventory as well. All right. A retailer would have inventory on a smaller stock. They would have a warehouse, but more like a backroom store. Like in the supermarkets, where do they get the extra stuff from? Like, for example, if they're running out of sugar on the shelves, where do they go and get the extra from? They'll have a small little back room, right, where things are stocked. but a distributor will have a full-fledged warehouse. Understood? Understanding? Any questions over here to understand the difference between a distributor and a retailer? Is it clear? Any questions?
No.
No, you've understood this. Okay.
Yes.
And then finally, you have the customers who are the end users who buy the product. People, groceries, supermarkets, these all can be classified into a customer. A grocery store will be a customer buying it from a wholesaler. We as individuals will be buying it from the grocery. All right? This over here in customers, you have people who are actively buying the product as well as giving you a feedback on the experience, giving you a feedback on the quality, all those things. So customers, custom service goes hand in hand. Do you guys want to take down this as notes, or it's understandable? Do you all want to take down notes of this, or have you all understood?
Yes.
Okay. Let's just understand a little bit about what exactly a supply chain is. Okay. Let me just go back a couple of slides. A supply chain, this is what it, understand the process, the cycle. Okay. You would have a sales and product development team, which will sort of give you an idea of where the demand is, which product is in demand in which place, and what time it is in demand. Based on that, the procurement team comes into play in sourcing out the materials. Like, for example, let's say at Christmas, it's a very short time, but a very specific demand. For what? Decorations, Christmas trees, lights, all these things. But it is not needed year-round, correct? It is only at that particular period for Christmas. But the demand is extremely high. Whether you celebrate or you don't celebrate, almost all households will have a Christmas tree. Almost all households will have lights. So the demand will be high. So the sales team, the product development team will give an estimate, will give a forecast that, say, supposing, for example, in the States, we need 25,000 Christmas trees between the period of November to the first week of December. In China, we need a lesser amount. In India, we need X amount. So in different regions, in different markets, the quantity, the demand will be different. So it is they who will tell the procurement team, for this market, I need this much, for this market, I need this much. So based on that, procurement has an overall idea. Like between the weeks of the second week of November to the first week of December, I need 100,000 Christmas trees to be ready for shipment to various different parts of the world. Then come the suppliers who will give them these. You need plastic, you need lights, you need bulbs, you need wiring, all those sorts of things. Then the manufacturing guys go into production to produce this demand of 100,000 Christmas trees or 50,000 lights, whatever it is, for distribution. Then warehousing comes in to stock it up, as well as distribution points. Then the logistics, shipping them, whether it is by sea, whether it is by land, whether it is by air. Finally reaching the consumers, whether it is a supermarket chain, whether it is a small little grocery store, or whether it is a branded outlet. So this goes round in a circle for different products, depending on the time of the year, depending on the demand that is needed, depending on the target audience. All right. Now, to better understand this, I will show you guys a small video Let me know if you all can. Are you guys able to hear it? Are you all
No.
getting audio or just picture?
Picture.
Only picture. Okay, hang on a second.
Unlocking the golden key,
Now?
and I want to invite you to join my masterclass
Yes, yes.
where you learn all the strategic.
Let's just watch this video. This will give you an idea of how a supply chain actually works, okay? If you need me to pause at any time in the video to take down notes, just say so, all right?
Okay, okay.
Logistics. It is defined as the art and science of obtaining, producing, and distributing material and product in the proper place and in proper quantities. Logistics management.
It is logistics, but the entire process is supply chain, okay? They've actually explained it pretty well.
It is the part of supply chain management that plans, implements, and controls the efficient, effective forward and reverse flow and storage of goods, services, and related information between the point of origin and the point of consumption in order to meet customers' requirements. Difference between supply chain and logistics. Transforming a raw material into products and getting it to customers is supply chain, whereas movement of materials in the supply chain is logistics. The 7 R's of logistics. The most popular concepts of logistics. Getting the right product in the right quantity, in the right condition, at the right place, at the right time, to the right customer, and at the right price. Logistics functions. Following the areas of logistics management contribute to an integrated approach to logistics within supply chain management. Transportation. Many modes of transportation play a role in the movement of goods through supply chains via air, rail, road, water, or pipeline. Selecting the most efficient combination improves the value created for customers. Warehousing. When inventory is not on the move between locations, it may have to spend some time in a warehouse. Warehousing is the activities related to receiving, storing, and shipping materials to and from production or distribution locations. Third and fourth party logistics. Third-party logistics providers actually perform or manage one or more logistics services. Fourth-party providers are logistics specialists and play the role of general contractor by taking over the entire logistics function for an organization. Reverse logistics. It is a way to handle the return, reuse, recycling, or disposal of products that make the reverse journey from the customer to the supplier. Logistics value proposition. Managers must be able to balance logistics costs against the appropriate level of customer service. Logistics are usually managed as an integrated effort to achieve customer satisfaction at the lowest total cost. Therefore, service and cost minimization are 2 key elements in logistics value proposition. Logistics goals and strategies. Logistics shares the goal of supply chain management to meet customer requirements. There are a number of logistics goals that most experts agree on. Respond rapidly to changes in the market or customer orders. Minimize variances in logistics service. Minimize inventory to reduce costs. Consolidate product movement by grouping shipments. Maintain high quality and engage in continuous improvement. And support the entire product lifecycle and the reverse logistics supply chain. An effective logistics strategy depends on the following tactics: coordinating functions, that is, transportation management, integrating the supply chain, substituting information for inventory, reducing supply chain partners to an effective minimum number, and pooling risks. Substituting information for inventory. It is one of the tactics used to design effective logistics strategy. It requires taking a series of steps to construct the logistics network. Step 1. Locate in the right countries. First, identify all geographical locations and then analyze your forward and reverse chains to see if selecting different geographic locations could make the logistics function more efficient and effective. Step 2. Develop an effective export-import strategy. Determine the volume of freight and units that are imports and exports and decide where to place inventory for strategic advantage. Step 3. Select warehouse locations. Determine the number of warehouses, calculate optimal distance from markets, and establish the most effective placement of warehouses around the world. Step 4. Select transportation modes and carriers. Determine the mix of transportation modes that will most efficiently connect suppliers, producers, warehouses, distributors, and customers. Step 5. Select the right number of partners. Select the minimum number of firms, freight forwarders, and third or fourth party logistics to manage forward and reverse logistics. Step 6. Develop state-of-the-art information systems. It reduces inventory costs by accurately and rapidly tracking demand information and the location of goods. Substituting information for inventory. It is another tactic used to design effective logistics strategy. Physical inventory can be replaced by better information in the following ways. Improve communications. Talk with suppliers regularly and discuss plans with them. Collaborate with suppliers. Use continuous improvement tools and share observations about trends. Track inventory precisely. It could be done by using GPS and barcode systems. Keep inventory in transit. It reduces inventory costs, for example, cross-docking. Use postponement centers. Avoid filling warehouses with the wrong mix of finished goods by setting up postponement centers to delay product assembly until an actual order has been received. Mix shipments to match customer needs. Match deliveries more precisely to customer needs by mixing different SKUs on the same pallet and by mixing pallets from different suppliers. And don't wait in line at customs. Reduce the time spent in customs by clearing freight while still on the water or in the air. Reducing supply chain partners to an effective number. The more partners there are in the chain, the more difficult and expensive the chain is to manage. Consider a supply chain of 3 echelons between factory and customers, 2 factory warehouses, 9 wholesale warehouses, and 350 retail stores. Reducing the number of partners reduces operating costs, cycle time, and inventory holding costs. When consider reducing the logistic partners, look for an entire echelon, such as all the wholesale warehouses or factory warehouses. But if you eliminate all partners, you would be back to the vertical integration strategy. Pooling risks. When manufacturers and retailers experience high variability in demand for their products, they can pull together common inventory components associated with a broad family of products to buffer the overall burden of having to deploy inventory for each discrete product. This is called pooling risks. This reduces storage costs and risks of stockouts by consolidating stock in centralized warehouses. Flow of goods and information. These flows exist in each supply chain. Enterprise must have internal process integration and collaboration between functions, as well as alignment and integration across the supply chain. Customer information flows through the enterprise via orders, sales activity, and forecasts. Value-added flow of goods begins as products and materials are procured.
Okay.
Implements and controls the efficient, effective forward and reverse flow.
1 second, guys. I'll show you
LinkedIn meets AI.
something a little more I'll tell you, how many of you understood what was being said there? Anyone understood what was being shown, what was being conveyed? Kamal? Can you all hear me, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Amal, did you understand anything from that video?
Not full means
Okay.
is small
That
part
was,
of
it was a little too fast as well. It is basically
Yeah.
to help you understand not just supply chain, but also the effect it has on business, the effect it has on retail logistics. There is a simpler video. Let me try and get that out for you guys. I think this is basically on just distribution. Just 1 second. Let me just check this. Yeah, this is just on distribution. Bear with me 1 minute. Let me see if we can get something simple. Yeah, let's see if you guys have a look at this one.
Alex is a major tech enthusiast. Recently, he attended a virtual Apple launch event where he witnessed the capabilities of the all-new iPhone 13 series. Instantly, he made the decision to get an iPhone 13 Pro. However, he missed the pre-booking deadline, and he's been waiting for this phone to hit the e-commerce sites ever since. After waiting for a long time, he visited the offline Apple store, where the store representative informed him about an ongoing delay in the production of iPhone 13 Pro due to the supply chain inefficiency. Alex then went to a couple of more trusted Apple.
Okay, the introduction of this video is to help you understand what happens when the supply chain is messed up. Okay, so this particular gentleman went for a launch, wanted a phone, but because of the supply chain not having enough of parts, there is a delay. So that has led him to try and understand what is the process behind supply chain. Okay.
Reseller Alex and received the same response. He then became intrigued about this term supply chain and how it affects the production of a big corporation like Apple Inc. Therefore, he began exploring this topic. He spoke with his friend Rachel, who works at Apple Inc. to learn about supply chain management and how the chain is disrupted due to international chip shortage. Rachel explained to him about supply chain management using Apple Inc.
So it is just one small component that goes into the phones that is in short supply. But that has created a domino effect all around. Okay.
Thanks, example. She said if you order an iPhone from the Apple Store, you'll notice that Apple is not precisely delivering the product on its own. All the iPhones available on Apple Store are majorly manufactured at the Shenzhen assembly plant in China. But before that,
So where is the assembly plant? Sorry? Where's the assembly?
Amazon.
No, assembly plant. Assembly plant. Let's go back.
are
Warehouse.
the Shenzhen assembly plant in China.
So the plant is in China. Okay.
Yeah.
But before that, raw material suppliers from all around the world deliver goods needed to manufacture an iPhone to this assembly site. And once the product is assembled, they get shipped to the storage warehouse and then to your doorstep by third-party vendors like FedEx or UPS.
This means entities such as raw material supplier, manufacturer, and third-party logistics vendor are in consistent communication with each other until the iPhone reaches you. These entities and their communication involved in product manufacturing to product delivery is collectively considered as a supply chain. After listening to this, Alex asked Rachel how Apple Inc. has implemented this supply chain, and how can one design a sleek strategy to manage a supply chain that is not overly influenced by external factors. In response, Rachel explained, well, there are 5 stages for building supply chain management, and Apple has adopted these stages while building the supply chain management strategy. The first stage of building a supply chain is planning an operational strategy. Apple, since its inception, has had a clear goal to provide the best personal computing devices to consumers. The initiative of Apple
So that is the goal of the product, to have the best possible product, okay?
scrutinize each app or program before launching it on the App Store. Makes all Apple devices more secure. These pre-planned actions or strategies
Quality check. This is quality check now they're talking about.
have been the most vital keys of this organization. The next stage is sourcing. In this stage, Apple acquires equipment and materials from suppliers and then ships them to the offshore assembly factory in China. The 120 hertz screens are exported from Samsung's Asan plant. Foxconn ships batteries, and the processing chips are manufactured and exported by TSMC. Then,
So you've got 3 different points, 3 key components coming from 3 different places. All right. Are you guys understanding so far?
Yeah.
Understanding a little.
comes the third stage, known as making. This is the stage where Apple manufactures its products. The outsourced Chinese assembly plant majorly assembles all Apple products and ships them to the warehouses or distribution centers spread across multiple continents. After that, stage of supply chain management, delivery, comes into play. Here, the products ordered online get shipped to the doorstep of consumers from storage warehouses. Whereas the distribution centers, on the other hand, send items to retail stores for offline sales. This whole shipping process is carried out by third-party logistics vendors, such as FedEx. Supply chain management's last building stage is returns. Here, the faulty or damaged products during delivery get shipped back to the storage warehouses and then the assembly plant for refurbishment. Statistically speaking, 97% of Apple's supply chain is all about outsourcing agreements and collaborations, which has helped Apple become the best computing device producer. However, due to the recent worldwide chip shortage, Apple's supply chain has been affected adversely. The world was shut down because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and many factories also went down with it, leaving chip manufacturing materials unavailable for months. Increased consumer electronic demand in recent times and scarcity of semiconductor supplies has put pressure on Apple's supply chain, prompting the company to halt production of 10 million iPhone 13 devices. After listening to Rachel, Alex learned why there is a constant delay in the delivery of iPhones and became more patient about his desire to buy an iPhone. On that note, here's a question for you. From the given options, which option does not fall under the stages of supply chain management? A. Planning operational strategy. B. Sourcing. C. Making. D. Disposal. Do give it a thought and leave your answers in the comment section below. 3 lucky winners will receive Amazon gift vouchers. With the help of an Apple Inc. case study, we explored how a supply chain management strategy can be established. This domain of business management is crucial for any product or service-based company in the long run. A well-managed supply chain can lower operational expenses, allowing the firm to gain more profit. It can also improve corporate brand recognition and customer service. Hence, companies invest a great deal in their supply chain. They constantly hire professional supply chain management experts. These professionals are tasked with managing logistics, updating the company's inventory, and conducting a thorough evaluation of the manufacturing cycle to discover and correct flaws. That is the reason why these SCM professionals are compensated really good. According to PayScale, the average salary for supply chain managers is $84,000 per annum, whereas in India, the average annual salary is around 8.5 lakhs per annum. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, a thumbs up would be really appreciated.
Was that a little bit clearer? Can anyone now explain what is the supply chain? What is supply chain management? Atul, what is supply chain management?
Supply chain management is managing the process of goods and services in the flow of transforming raw material to the final product.
What are the stages involved?
Raw
What are the key
material source,
components? Go ahead.
raw material sourcing, manufacture, production schedule.
Amal, can you add anything to that?
It is the process of goods and services. And it includes arts process that transform raw materials to final product.
You said it is the process of goods and materials,
Goods and service.
goods and services.
Um,
Can you explain that sentence a little bit more?
of, uh, mm,
If
Ma'am,
you're talking about goods, how does supply
Yeah.
chain management come into play there? How does it?
how?
How does it reflect
Uh.
in goods? If you're talking about supply chain management and you're talking about goods, how do these two things work together?
Work together.
For producing a good, producing any goods,
Yeah.
supply chain is needed, right?
Yes,
So how does it work?
it is manufacture, factory, and
Before
Warehouse.
manufacturing, what is required?
materials,
Materials,
raw materials,
raw materials.
raw materials, manufacture company,
Good, thank
and
you. Thank you.
mm,
Ajay, can you continue? So we need raw materials, we need the manufacturing company, then what?
Then final product.
You have the final product. In the final product, what is the different processes that go on?
Transportation.
No, before that,
Yeah.
before that.
Before that,
When you are sourcing raw materials, what are you
Yes.
looking for? Okay, Sinan? Sinan, are you there?
yes.
When you are looking for raw materials, what conditions do you keep in mind?
What one?
When you are buying raw materials for making a product, what are the three conditions that you keep in mind? Not understood the question? Have you understood the question, my dear, or do you need me to rephrase it?
Ma'am, this is production process
Before, pre-production.
before.
You give me something that you would want to make. An example. Amal, give me a product. An everyday household product.
Yeah, books.
Books. Okay. So if you want to produce books, Ajay, what do you need? Say, for example, this notebook, okay? If you want to manufacture this notebook, what do you need? Look at it carefully.
Check the book.
What do you need?
We'll check the book and
No.
buy it.
No. To produce the book, to make this book, you're not buying it. You are making it. You are the
Oh, making.
producer here,
Oh,
okay? To
okay.
make this book, what do you need? What is the raw material that you need?
Paper.
Paper, what else?
And the cover,
The cover, what else?
including glue.
Glue? No, look at this carefully. Look at this binding. You need the spiral bind. You need this.
Spiral. Yes.
Anything else that you need? Look at the cover.
It's a cover so many prints. So pictures are there.
Pictures, color print. No, you need
Color
colors. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sinan. So if you need to produce this book, if you need to make this book, okay, Ajay has said the different raw materials that would require. Now, when you go out, you are the one who is getting the raw material. Okay, Sinan? How will you choose the raw material? How will you choose your supplier? You need paper. You need color. You need spiral bind. So you need ink. You need spiral bind. You need paper. How will you source this? How will you choose your supplier? Sinan,
Yes.
how will you choose your supplier? Any idea? Aditya, how will you choose?
Quality and quantity.
Quality, quantity, what else? Anyone? Anyone else? Amal, you want to add something to it?
No, miss.
No. Ajay? No. Atul?
No, my price.
No. What about you, Sinan? Anything else you think you need to add to this?
No, miss.
No. One important thing all you guys are forgetting. You all are looking for good quality. You all are looking for the right quantity. But what about the price?
Yeah.
You have to look for quality. You have to look for the best quality, the right quantity, but also at the right price. Because don't forget, at the end of the day, it is all about cost effectiveness. Quality, yes. Quantity, yes. But also cost effectiveness. All right. So raw materials are always sourced on these 3 points. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. You'll have got the raw material. Now you'll have production. In production, what are you looking at? In production, what all do you need to keep in mind? Atul?
Cost of
Sorry, go ahead, Aman. Go ahead. You were saying something?
cost of the product.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Cost of the product. Total
Cost
price.
of total production, no. In production, you've already got your raw material at a good price. In production, what are your responsibilities? What is your main area? Atul, production, what is the responsibility? You've already gone through this because we did this in the last semester. So what is production responsibility?
Reduce
Manufacturing.
waste.
Sorry?
Manufacturing.
Manufacturing, but when you're manufacturing something, what are you looking at? What are you responsible?
Product quality,
The quality of the product,
Quantity.
quantity of the product,
Price.
no
price. Okay, but one more thing.
Storage.
No, not storage. For example, say supposing you need to produce this notebook itself, you need to produce 150,000 units, 150,000 pieces in 2 days. What do you need to improve? What do you need to keep a track of? What do you
Improving
need
skill.
to? What do you need to do?
Adding more working hours.
Adding more working hours by?
Need to produce more.
You need to produce more, but why are you adding more working hours? What do you need to increase?
Improving skills.
Labors.
Labors, okay, what else?
Machineries.
Machinery. Can you afford to buy huge printing machinery just to meet a demand of a short time? You're looking at costs. So do you really want to invest in additional machinery, which will use only maybe once or twice?
No.
No. So what are you looking at? You said increase hours to do what?
Increase production.
To increase production. So you need to increase your production schedules. Okay, to meet the demand for 150,000 books in a time of 2 days, you will need to look into your production schedule to find out how long it takes to make one set of books. Probably one set of books you can put out 25,000 in how many hours? And then you will need to see whether you need to increase the production time, increase the production schedules. You need to increase the number of workers or whether you want to put them on rotation. Then you will also look at the final product quality. Is anything loose? Is the ink okay? Is it faded? Is there anything where, do you understand what a quality check is, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that is also what is going to be done. Now, after production, after manufacture, what is the next? What is the next step?
To sell.
Look at it this way. Look at it this way, guys. You have the need of 150,000 notebooks in 2 days. You need to send it to a particular place. Once you have produced these 150,000 books, what are you going to do with them? What do you need to do? If you are the person who needs 150,000 notebooks, you will first place your order, correct?
Yes.
After you place your order, Say supposing Amal is the one who needs the 150,000 books, okay? Ajay is the procurement team. Sinan is the production team, manufacture team. Then we've got Atul, who will be what? Atul, what comes next?
Um,
Once you've got the raw materials, once you finish production of the books, what is the next step, Atul?
distribution,
Before distribution,
warehousing,
warehousing. So in warehousing, what are you going to do?
store,
You're going to store it. You need somewhere to store these 150,000. So you will move them into storage. Once it is in the storage, then you're going to look at distribution, where they need to be sent. Correct? If they are all local, some are going abroad. If it is local, is it in different districts? Is it regional? Is it going across India? That sort of a thing. So then you will distribute it accordingly. After that, what is the final step after distribution?
Delivery.
Delivery. Who needs the books?
Customer.
Buyers.
Amal needs the books. Amal is the
Buyer.
customer. So your duty then would be after storage, after distribution, he probably wants one set in Kerala, one set in Bangalore, one set in Delhi. So you will then need to distribute it accordingly, depending on how many pieces he wants at which location. So overseeing all this, the process needed to get those 150,000 books to the customer, that is supply chain management. What all have you done now? To produce this 150,000 books, what is your supply chain process? What have you done? Ajay,
Yeah, ma'am.
what have you done? How have you managed this supply chain process of producing these 150,000 notebooks?
Ma'am, I understand, but I didn't.
We just did it. We just walked through the entire process. So tell me, however way you have understood it. What was the first step you did?
Goods and services, including the process.
What was the process? Your goods is 150,000 notebooks. Okay?
Yes.
This is your goods.
Yes.
The process explain.
Process. Transformation of raw materials.
You first, no, don't give me definition. I don't want definition. I want process. I want what all you did.
Buying raw materials.
You bought raw materials, good. Then
and quality check.
you did the
Quantity
quality check, quantity check, very good. And the price check.
Price check.
Very good. Then what was the next step you did?
Next step, the production.
Production. In production, what happened? Sinan, what happened in production? What did you check? Very good, Ajay.
Quality.
You checked for the quality. Good. But before quality, you will check for the quality after the book is ready. Okay. Ajay has got the raw materials and given it to you. What is your job now?
Price.
No. You are in production. Okay. Ajay was in procurement. You are in production. He has given you the raw materials. He's checked for the quality. He's checked for the quantity. He's checked for the price. Everything is in good order. He's given it to you for production to produce the book. What is your job?
വേറെ
Hmm? What is your job?
പറയാം.
Yeah. Sorry?
Sorry.
Can some, Amal, you've understood the question?
Yeah.
Amal, can you just explain to him in Malayalam what I want him to do? Because I need to understand that he's understood.
Okay. സിനാന സിനാൻ മിസ് ചോദിച്ചത് അതിൽ നമുക്ക് കുറച്ച് മെറ്റീരിയൽ തന്ന് ബുക്ക് ഉണ്ടാക്കാനുള്ള എന്റെ പ്രോസസ്സ് ബുക്ക് ഉണ്ടാക്കലാണ്. മെറ്റീരിയൽ ഒന്നും തന്നിട്ടുള്ളൂ. പ്രൊഡക്ഷന്റെ പ്രോസസ്സിങ് എന്താണെന്ന് ചോദിക്കണേ. അപ്പൊ ജസ്റ്റ് പ്രൊഡക്റ്റ് നമ്മള് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആക്കൂലേ, ബുക്ക് ആയിട്ടില്ല, മെറ്റീരിയൽ തന്നിട്ടല്ലേ ഉള്ളൂ. അപ്പൊ ബുക്ക് ആക്കിയിട്ടില്ലല്ലോ. ആ ഒരു ചോദ്യമാണ് ചോദിച്ചത്. ബുക്ക് റെഡിയാക്കാനും ഫിനിഷിംഗ് പ്രൊഡക്റ്റ് റെഡിയാക്കാനും പറഞ്ഞാലേ.
ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പറയാൻ മനസ്സിലായിക്കണ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പറയണ്ടേ.
അങ്ങനല്ലേ.
What is he saying about? He cannot explain it, is it? Has he understood the concept of what we are talking about?
Understanding the question, miss.
Sorry?
But he didn't answer in English.
But he's understood.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
understood the process.
Yes, he is also
Yes,
understand.
yes.
Okay. Sinan, I need you. Whatever broken English, whatever little English you know, explain it to me, please. Don't worry about the language. I want to understand that you have understood what supply chain is. Okay, so don't worry about the English.
Okay.
Explain it. Which are you more comfortable in, talking or writing? Which is more comfortable for you?
Writing.
Writing. Do you want to put it down on chat? Use chat,
Yes.
explain it there. No
Yes.
issues. Guys, explain to me this, please. Your command over English, the language. Beginning, easy, medium, difficult. Where is it? In understanding, okay? In understanding. Not speaking, not writing. In understanding, easy, medium, difficult. What is it? Amal?
Medium.
Yeah, medium
Ajay?
is.
Medium.
Medium.
Okay. What about for you, Sinan? Sinan,
Yes.
is it for you to understand the English? Is it easy, medium, or difficult?
1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Connection problem. Okay.
Sinan, finished writing?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, in understanding English, understanding me, easy, difficult, okay. Which one is it?
But it's
Is it easy to understand me? Is it medium? Is it difficult?
medium,
Medium. What about in talking? Ajay,
Yeah, ma'am.
easy, difficult, medium, talking,
Talking is difficult.
difficult. Amal,
yeah, difficult, ma'am.
but you are
Difficult.
better. You are actually a little better, Amal. Maybe not that difficult, but sort of there. What about for you, Sinan? Sinan, are you there?
yes,
How is it to talk? Easy, medium, difficult,
difficult,
difficult. And what about writing?
medium,
Medium. Sinan, where have you put down where have you written it down, my dear? Sinan,
what,
I asked you to write down, right? What you understand of the production. Where did you write it? On a notebook or on chat? WhatsApp? Where did you put it?
one page,
On your page? On your book?
yes,
Okay, can you take a screenshot of it and put it onto the group, please?
yes,
Okay, guys, so today you'll have sort of understood what is the overall picture of supply chain, who the people are involved in it, what are their responsibilities, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Any doubts, any questions? What is your feedback? I need you all to talk to me, so you all can help me understand you all, so that I can help you all better. How was today's class?
Good.
Good.
Good. What did you all enjoy more, the talking or the videos?
Talking.
Talking. All right. So for today, I will put up a link on the group that I want you all to read to better understand this. Okay. So for homework today, I will put up a small link on the group. I want you all to read that article. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Okay. Another thing, guys, try and be on time. All right. And we'll stop here. Tomorrow we will continue with the other flow, the other parts of supply chain. We've done understanding who is involved. Now we will understand why we need supply chain, how it helps, how it is effective in the overall process. Okay, why it has a global impact. Okay, so
Okay.
that's it for
Okay.
today. I will see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, miss.
Aditya and Atul, can you all stay back, please, for 2 minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
Amal, Ajay, Sinan, you all can leave. Atul and Aditya, just stay back for 2 minutes, please. See you
Okay,
guys
ma'am.
tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
miss.
Amal, you can leave. Sinan, you can leave.
Yeah, I'll leave.
Okay, it's just you guys. Atul, Aditya, cameras
Yes,
on,
ma'am.
mics off. Put your mic on. Put your mic on. Okay. Give me your feedback of the last 2 days. In terms of the other 3, in terms of the class, in terms of what is being taught. I think for
In
you two, it is
terms-
going slow.
Yeah, man, it's too slow.
It's too slow for the 2 of you because it's very difficult for them to understand. I have to actually go on repeating myself over and over again. Okay, I'm going to leave now.
Okay,
I
man.
will, I will talk to you guys. I will talk to you guys, yeah?
Yes, man. Hello. കേക്കാവോ?
മാഡം പോയോന്ന്?
മാഡം പോയി. നിന്റെ അമ്മ വന്ന് അവിടെ നിൽക്കുന്ന ഞാൻ കണ്ടത്. ഞാൻ അവിടെ ബാക്കി
Yes, it's a book.